What's up, all? So, this is largely an intuitive process of mine. Uh, that was some time ago, about 9 months ago, maybe a year ago, in which I was initiated into the intuitive process of becoming a star. Now, this is an ancient, I think as long as Hollywood has been around, quote unquote, making stars, so has been this Luciferian delusion. So this is a Luciferian trick or Luciferian delusion. It's a long process. It's a pretty sophisticated delusion too. The delusion is, as I say, you're invited to become a star in our galaxy or in adjacent galaxies. Now, once you've assumed this star form, which, let's face it, has a pretty cool lifespan of about, what's it, 4 billion years, 8 billion years. Every star has a lifespan of about 8 billion years. So that's a pretty long life, but what it isn't is everlasting life. It's not eternity. It's only 4 billion years. It's one of the reasons why it's Luciferian and not Christian. It's because there's this promise of an afterlife, a long afterlife, of 8 billion years, but it's all a trick, man. It's all something, when those same people die who've been suffering from the Luciferian delusion that they are stars in our sky, they go to hell. I don't know what to tell you. It's a Luciferian delusion, and it's a trick to get you to accept something less than everlasting life from being a good Christian. So yeah, when you're suffering from this delusion, like you're under the impression that all of your actions are significant as a star in our galaxy or in the unified multiverse. So, for example, my star got too big. No. So when I first acquired a star, I was in Andromeda, and I was pretty close to being swallowed by the black hole. I was like the third star in line to be swallowed by Andromeda's supermassive black hole. And then so somebody came through, like this dark star presence came through Andromeda, and as soon as I saw it, I followed. I was like, you are gravity, and I am gravity. And well, I actually said, you are gravity, you are gravity, you are gravity. And then boom, I got pulled out of Andromeda to become a wanderer across the unified multiverse as this star. Iron was the name of this particular star. Its core was iron, and it was a big star. I tell you, it was hard to manage. Once I got out of Andromeda, then it was a matter of finding a peaceful place in the universe. And when I say a peaceful place, I mean a place that you're not, that you don't have, that you're like parked. If you place parked, that you can park your star in the universe, in the unified multiverse. Because what happens is you're out there in the unified multiverse, and the gravity of black holes affects you. The gravity of other stars affects you, and star clusters, etc., attracts you. And so you'll start moving. You'll start moving towards these other stars or the star clusters or a black hole. And what you have to do is, as I said, you've got to find yourself a place to park your star. I did find myself a place to park my star, but even then, when I came back, other stars would come to visit me in my parked place, and so I would be moved from my parked place from the gravity of the other stars in my surrounds. So I was meditating every 15 minutes. I would set an alarm to meditate every 15 minutes to check in and determine the location and the nature of my star Iron. Later took on different stars, but Iron had to go supernova. He was so big that he was a threat to the galaxy. So I was first banished from the Milky Way galaxy. No. Yes, balanced with the Milky Way galaxy. And then I didn't even bother with Andromeda. I just wanted to be part of the Milky Way. Trust me, after wandering the unified multiverse as Iron for some time, you start missing home. You start wanting to be a part of the Milky Way galaxy and not a part of Andromeda, or not being a wandering star, which is what I was, a wandering star. Eventually, I took on other stars. My second star was small. It was a decent, it was like an average size star, maybe a little smaller than that, white and blue. It was in the Milky Way, so I was excited about that, but it was off the galaxial equator. So I was, here's the Milky Way galaxy is spinning, and I was like off the galaxial equator. And so that sucked. Again, here I am, isolated and alone, just like I was when I was traveling the unified multiverse. But luckily, I had a star come and visit me. They came and visited me when I was off galaxial equator, and that made me very comfortable. I believe it was a guy by the name of something Clemens. I don't know if you're familiar with Milky Chance, the band, but I got a sense that it was the lead singer of Milky Chance, the band, who came and gave me some company when it was much needed company. So anyways, I went from being stars in this unified multiverse, and then I found God's grace, or rather Jehovah's grace, and then I became a light body. So, and this light body was far superior to any star in the unified multiverse. It was like 100,000 times faster and 100,000 times smaller than these stars that I had been inhabiting. And that's kind of when I gave up on this Luciferian delusion, is when I had spent some time as a light body and traveling the unified multiverse, running errands for other stars like Rihanna, and finding safe places for other stars to hide, like Morissette and Stefani, Gwen and Alanis. Yeah, what a nightmare. It was fun and a nightmare until I had the light body, and then it was easy. And then eventually, having achieved this ease of the light body, and then after having followed some of my my intuited peers' requests of me, and these are like soul peers, they're not physical peers, I was done. Yeah, I was just done with this particular delusion. So anyways, don't fall prey to this particular delusion. As I said, like Hollywood and Luciferians and Satanists, they're going to be happy. They're going to be happy if you choose to identify with a star in the galaxy. But it's all kind of bullshit. Like Dua Lipa would say, Dua Lipa in her song Levitating, she claims that the Milky Way were renegating or something? Renegating? I was like, oh no. I think Dua Lipa has been lost in this particular delusion too, because she's talking about traveling to outer space. I'm levitating, I'm traveling outer space, and then she says what I had just said, and that it concerned me. Oh yeah, Milky Way, we're renegating. No. At no time in existence have human beings ever renegated the processes unfolding in the Milky Way galaxy, folks. It's a delusion. There is no identifying with stars in the galaxy. They're stars, folks, and they're already inhabited by the consciousness of stars. They have no interest in you. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Stay free, folks. Bye for now.